Hey everyone, it's Lumin here. We've got an Agricola game with EIKWM France G deck, G4 deck, and G5 deck with Toolden, AQWTY, and Mercator. Uh, this pack has options. The fan is fine. Yeah, I guess it's just that my mic is being extra active, possibly. Um, so there's some stuff going on here. School lunch lady, fencing master, and field doctor are all pretty happy first picks. Fencing master possibly a bit weaker. The fact that cat lover and convict are in the game with one likely to wheel, I don't know what that makes me want to do instead. Field doctor's just good. Let's see. On the wheel, I'm going to have choices among Plowman, Convict, Cat Lover, and Godfather. Obviously, Cat Lover and Field Doctor won't work together. You can only choose one. Fencing Master, School. Yeah, I just don't know. If I pick Field Doctor, I probably have to go like Godfather, because the other three just don't work well. Yeah, and then going for Fencing Master into Cat Lover, well, for one, that signals what you're doing very early. And yeah, I don't know how much I like that. School Lunch Lady is super safe pick here, and quite strong on its own. School Lunch Lady, happy to pick up Plowman for sure. Um, I don't think Fencing Master is as strong as School Lunch Lady or Field Doctor, so I'd really like to pick one of those two. I think I'm going to take the Lunch Lady and pass on Field Doctor. Okay, so that was possibly wrong in hindsight. Um, yeah, the convict definitely likes Fencing Master or Lunch Lady more than Field Doctor. Yeah, it was a tough pick. I think this pick, Hewer's definitely the best here. Peasant, I should watch out for someone trying to run that into Field Doctor. Astronomer. I've really wanted to make Astronomer work, but of course it's very difficult. There's just also nothing better on the rebound. Hewer is just really, really strong, y'all. Hewer is just really strong. Magician and Storehousekeeper are fine, but I just don't need them here. You think the oven competition's going to be annoying? We'll see. Obviously, a hearth works fine. Alright, so all four of these are reasonable. With Fence Deliveryman probably weaker. Yeah, Heward's stronger than the others. Head of the Rev is usually fun for the Field Doctor. Head of the Rev is a non-bow with Plowman and Fence Deliveryman. Do I want a Sheep Grain whenever I Ock? Questionable. Coal Investors, safe and good, and incentivizes me to play more Ox in Stage 1, whereas stuff like Magician and Storehouse Keeper might be incentivized to take action spaces. The thing is, if I pass Village Druid, I'm basically giving it to Fencing Master, because Fencing Master will want Village Druid, and Field Doctor will want Head of the Rev. So I could draft Friendly, and I could draft Evil. It's just that with Village Druid and Lunch Lady, I don't see a good way I get all this done. I guess I should take Village Druid because of Cat Lover in the game. That's too bad. I'd really like Coal Investor, but it just doesn't work as well. Holy, holy, holy. Alrighty. Okay, so this is some interesting news. It means Cat Lover probably gets picked pretty early. So we could luck into Cat Lover, but don't expect it. Yeah, so if I'm tooled in, and I know these three cards are in my first pack and other amazing stuff, and then I get past Cat Lover, Field Doctor, and Fencing Master, what do I pick? I probably pick Fencing Master. And then I pick Magician for Burger Flipper. Which means I could get Cat Lover if I take Master Huntsman here. Yeah, very glad I didn't go for Field Doctor. Yeah, Huntsman is just really, really strong. I mean, right here I have 3 4-power Ox. Alright, well, Cat Lover did get taken. Yeah, I guess someone would have taken it. Godfather, not really necessary here. I guess I just go for Convict. Or I could go Plowman. Feeding hopefully won't be an issue. How am I going to do on Head of the Rev and House Steward? Plowman fills a hole in the game, but also needs to be played real early. I don't think I like that because of how I'd rather play the rest of my stuff early. Yeah, that's true, Sid. So how about Traveling Salesman here with Master Huntsman? I'm going to have extra stone from Hewer, or the game is going to have extra stone anyway. How about Traveling Salesman? I think I have to pick Traveling Salesman or Convict. Plowman played early just doesn't make sense anymore. I have too many early stuff. Early Ox, rather. And Traveling Salesman would make it easier to play High Ock Prereq Miners early if that happens to work out. Yeah. Let me take Traveling Salesman here. Do I value the food over Merchant's flexibility? Oh, Merchant is Garbo. Traveling Salesman is also... Ooh. Well, so Traveling Salesman lets you steal majors. And the stats agree that Salesman is better than Merchant, right? Either way, I have a very clear game plan here. Now I might have picked Merchant, knowing Peasant comes back, but I value the steal from the... like, if Major comes out late, then Salesman is a lifesaver. I think all 3 of these are actually reasonable here. You know, I'm going to have so much food. I'm going to take Woodbuyer. No, it is ambitious, but to, like, get a fireplace at a random time, that's a lot less ambitious, right? And to start player fireplace is going to be pretty useful. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a lot of food by building majors and playing Ox. Let's go for it. Oh, jeez. It's really too bad I don't need cotton field. Yes, Gray. Merchant to upgrade fireplace to hearth this strong. But generally when I play traveling salesman, I get my 9 or 10 improvements out no problem, just taking the normal spaces. So I think it's merchant is a bit lazier and easy to make sure you get all the majors on time, but I think just with good timing you can hit all of them with traveling salesman also. Um, I probably just take diary. Diary is really high power also. Ugh, it sucks not getting cotton field, but uh, I mean, what is the power difference? 5 and 4? This is just, I don't need it. Oh, but you know, Head of the Rev is in the game. I'm really trying to analyze the economy of this game. There's plenty of stone. There's 2-4 wood ox. I'm potentially buying wood. Spare fence post is really going to change the game. I could de-draft it on the wheel if it comes around that way. It's just, I really don't see the utility in cotton field. On the other hand, trying to pump out diary early is not a good idea. So, or potentially is troublesome, I should say. Yep, alright. This game. This frickin' game. Yeah, Witch's Dance Ground, yeah. That's basically what we'll be using it as. Sleeping Corner has synergy? Yeah, it does. But hey, look, clay supports. In a House Steward game. Grain Mill Oven and Festival Hall are really nice to see. Baking Tray is going to make the ovens even crazier. Simple Oven. I just really hope that nobody has Bargaining Baker at this point. Because Bargaining Baker could win this game. Artist Garden, that's amazing. I'm not going to have a fence stable, nor do I want to limit my capacity. I don't want to play chicken coop. I mean, we know there was something completely insane in this game, right? Because Toolden's first pack had 7 good ox. Alright, we'll go with Artist Garden. Sickle I don't really have the veg for, which is too bad. Because I have the fields and the grain. Baby Sling is a good way to get rid of that first sheep I get. And if I'm playing clay supports, then I'll want all the extra growing. Because clay supports is slightly better than cat lover, I think. Yeah. Alright, I don't need hammock. So this is either spare fence to block, or use, I guess, in emergency, or simple oven. I really want to be purposing my clay for the clay supports. But on the other hand, a bake action for 2 clay can be really nice. But I think spare fence post is the right pick. This card actually changes the game quite a bit. You can either pay 1 wood to add 12 wood to the game or not. Attic is okay? Yeah, maybe. I generally don't take attic. Wood tempo, usually important. I'm going to have a lot of animals coming in. Here I can take grain mill oven, probably, or stonehouse extension. Or even oak. I mean, oak cask and unwanted goods are not bad. Turning them into miners, which lets you build 2 of them on traveling salesman major, but also triggers huntsman and peasant. And now this last one, Winter Garden's not actually good for me, so I take spices. I'm probably holding an animal at home for most of the game. Okay, so we have our hand. We're going to need to really spam the ox. We need to figure out what order to play them in. Fences comes out first, and we're going 4th. Oh, there's the first pick. Perp student, when you see 7 good ox in hand, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Toolden didn't take fencing master, probably took field doctor, maybe took cat lover. So fencing master's here or here, and it's cat lover, field doctor for the other 2. I would assume Toolden took cat lover and house steward, actually. Alright, AQ takes 3 wood. Yeah, you definitely play fencing master before perp. But we also passed Toolden diary. So that's going to be happening to put us in 4th seat soon. Alright. So do I want grains or sheeps? Probably grain, right? Yeah, I think we want grain first. Wow, and Toolden's going to start attic. Are you going to start twice here? So 2 clay would be great. It would get us first fireplace potentially for master huntsman and peasant, and we definitely want first fireplace with village druid. So we'll see if Mercator plows here. AQ not plowing means that Mercator probably plows here for field doctor. Alright, so we figured it out. Toolden has cat lover, house steward. AQ has fencing master. And Toolden has field doctor. We get 2 clay. That's going to be 2 important clay, I think. And round 2 is so bake. I think I like that. Later So I think I want sheep 3 and major 4 in a relatively perfect round 1. Toolden does land the house steward here. Good for him. RSF over Ock as Field Doctor is interesting. Well, what are you going to play? Head of the Rev? I mean, I think Reedstone instead of paying a food for an Ock is perfectly reasonable in any seat for almost every situation. So I'll take Reedstone or expensive Ock. The Ock is going to be Druid for obvious reasons. I'm going to have to lose a boar or a field, and I think I'm going to lose the field. So actually, I'm hoping for Fireplace to come out this coming round. So AQ gets 3 wood. I mean, this is very aggressive from Toolden. Pretty much has to be Animal Pen or Quarry or something absolutely killer strength for it to be worth it, in my opinion. Mercator Plows. Nothing amazing here. Toolden getting Astronomer with a wood. All right, so yeah, maybe Druid was wrong. AQ gets Reedstone. I could consider just taking food. Merc just plows here. Taking food is really bad in this situation. Yeah, Village Druid was wrong, but also this is unfortunate. Three wood, 4 clay. 4 clay is fine, it's just not what I want. So this has benefits for Hewer. It really secure, well, it doesn't really secure. the cookery, but gives me more options. Toolden gets Magician down, which is probably not the goal. Unless it's just 4 Ox, any 4 Ox. Let's hope AQ or Mercator start players here. AQ is going to take 3 wood, makes a lot of sense. The thing that Toolden's back-to-back start players does gives AQ amazing options. Mercator is playing Undisturbed Pond. So I can take 3 wood. I'm getting access to major next round. So it's really a matter of what I want to set up here. I probably just take 3 wood. All right. So sadly, I'm going to do this and either Forefood or Master Huntsman. There's no way both get taken. Could also take 2 read, but no, I think the round order just didn't go my way. And when I say round order, I really mean the seating order. I really don't think this attic was necessary. Toolden randoms into Plowman successfully. Why not open Master Huntsman? Well, I didn't realize what would happen with the... Well, I would lose one of the animals, right? And with Mercator having Field Doctor, he could just play BMW. AQ getting a double build here because Toolden is spamming Ox is kind of ridiculous. It could just win the game for AQW. So I'm going to play this Ock here. Too much to do. Then plus HGO. To read, except for the food situation. I really wanted to take the 2 read, but now Toolden gets it. I pretty much am hoping for late growth now, early reno, late growth. And Toolden fence is 6. Right. AQ looks like he's building rooms here. I think that's the wrong play. AQ has an opportunity to take 3 wood and then just build 2 rooms to start round 5, and we do have family growth here. Oh, that is incorrect, because he knew Mercator has Field Doctor. No, building rooms is correct. Building rooms is correct. I take that back. Mercator opens with 6 wood. Alright, so this is a ridiculous board, but I'm going to take 3 sheep, then 3 reed, I think. Because while AQ and Mercator are going to have Well, Mercator's a bit capped on ceiling for right now. Interesting. Toolden takes 3 read. I guess that's as good as 3 would with Cat Lover. But that's gonna be a necessary, yeah. Yeah, so Merc is letting AQ potentially start player here. But 6 wood, I think... Yeah, maybe AQ's game is just too easy here. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about feeding, but, just look at the bottom feeding. Very friendly growth queue. I could consider playing Hewer, but the 5 clay could very well get taken by Toolden. Wow, Mercator plays Alms Basket. Wow. Okay. They might be there, Sid. Toolden is playing quite unpredictably here, I would say. How safe is Hewer? Should I just play Peasant instead? Should I just take Reedstone Food? I think Reedstone Food's probably too slow. Not getting the 3 read back is really annoying. We're just going to build up some efficiency here and hope it works out. So I'll play Peasant, net a food and a grain. Toolden gets Fenstler Rimmon out. Okay. Cat Lover last. Yeah, AQ has a very nice game here. Taking the 5 food turns out great. Knowing that he passed Alms Basket also, it's a good greedy play. AQ plays Baking Tray. I don't think I need to be worried about both ovens necessarily. Okay, Mercator opens with Field Doctor. Build some efficiency means that, so this game is a worker placement game, right? So we want to have efficient actions all game, or in the sum of my actions, this game do more stuff than everyone else. So you can do that typically by growing your family and getting more actions, which is probably the best case in an early growth game. Or you can make a bunch of combos that does like everything at once, which is more of what I'm getting stuck into here. I think I go for 6 clay and reed stone this round. Into clay supports later. I'd really rather take multiple reed at once. AQ doesn't have a miner. Okay, and Mercator's going fishing for 6 here. Seems good. Okay, so Toulden's gonna build a room, which means Mercator grows first action, which means I'm gonna get the best other action on the board. Man, Reno round 7 is not the business. Yeah, so I think I could just Traveling Salesman into Renault Clay Supports X. Toulden starts with Lasso. Starting this much for the double grower is continuing to give him the game. Magician is out for Toulden. But yeah, so Toulden thinking they were his sheep, he didn't call dibs on them. So AQ takes the clay and probably plays Fencing Master or takes 3 wood here. I mean, AQ can just buy a hearth here. That might be the best play. Whoa! Okay, so this is greedy. And I think it's wrong. I took 3H unknown. AQ will need to feed 8 and only has 3 actions from here on out. Yep, everything you said about action advantage. Yeah, that's why Convict isn't a good play here. Unknown, hiding back under a rock. That's the appropriate response. So what is AQ's plan here? Yeah, you really want to be, using your forward actions to boss people around. You don't really need to trade them in for 2 points yet. I mean, eventually you definitely want to play Convict, but that's after you've used your action advantage while everyone's catching up. Once everyone catches up, that's when you can use 1 less action around. But with AQ not having a hearth in play, stuff like that, I think this is probably a mistake. Because AQ still doesn't have a feeding plan. Mercator's growing without contest right here. I have to take the 2 read, I think. Get some of my clay rooms, hopefully before Toolden. Yeah, I think Sid has it pretty straightforward. I mean, these 16 points are amazing, but you're still going to want a 40-point farm. And if you're having a bit of food problems, that's harder to do. Yeah, that's also true, Kimball, 2 point. No? Oh, yeah. I mean, 18 is a big number. But I think something like 12 and really get your feeding set up and take a bunch more wood is probably a better use. Someone does need to make the jail for Jean Valjean. Yes, absolutely. I was kind of expecting grain and start for AQ, grain and start with an oven. But 4 wood and... No, I guess you kind of need that. Yep, so I will be building rooms in front of Toolden here. Ooh, family growth tea for Mercator. That is useful. Also, I like having more miners because traveling salesmen, more stuff. Oh, crap. I don't have traveling salesman out yet. Whoops. Okay, so just regular clay supports here. So next round I will build twice. I think Baby Sling isn't getting played just because I'm going to have a fine growth queue as it is. Merc probably has Sleeping Corner. I mean, that gives a bunch more reasons to push out Alms Basket and let AQ grow ahead. Man, this 4 wood just hanging out. Mercator could definitely win this game now. Also, me not getting Hewer out is pretty sad. Pretty sad. And not having Traveling Salesman out is also sad. Yeah, I just had too many Ox to play. I think Village Druid, probably a mistake. Will Cat Lover interfere? I'm doing the double grow. Did AQ just remove a person from the farm to make it easier? You still have to feed him, so... Alright, so Merc Reedstone Food. Four clay, two reed, two wood. So Toolden gambled a lot this game. Toolden has some great cards, some great combo potentials, but he relied on Perp to throw out everything in the perfect order. And when Cat Lover comes out last, it's just he has no chance in an early growth game. Yeah, Toolden straight gambled. Grain mill oven here inspires AQ to try to steal it, so I'd rather not. Spare fence posts does start to look good for me. I could just play cotton field. I'd just play Artist Garden here. Hello, Marushka. Thank you for the good luck. I'll need it here. Live by the student, die by the student. Kind of. You could just like make sure you live by the student. So Toolden goes to Magician. It would kind of suck if AQ took Stone Oven this turn, but... oh, we played Storehouse Keeper? Sure. I should really rush that Stone Oven, but maybe I just don't get to it. I would really love to play Traveling Salesman. Oh, you did have a Reverse Alpha perp. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Reverse Alpha. Chris loves it. Just do it. AQ is going to keep 3 people on the board, which is kind of annoying. Oh, Mercator's playing Stone Oven. Okay. Well, we'll play Grain Mill Oven not at all, or to bake. Four stone. Salesman, family growth well. And I'll take the extra food hit on playing the Ock. Because Toolden's definitely playing Cat Lover here. Got rewarded with Wolf instead of Cooper, yeah. That, it's a small difference, you might say. I might need to eat 2 raw grain. No, I can eat all the animals that I get. Not optimal. Still okay. AQ doesn't really have time to play the well, I don't think. Taking a vegetable. I would have taken a grain for sure. Oh, ouch. Okay, so Mercator's playing Cattle Dealer here. So probably head of the Rev into a big fencing action for Mercator. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay. So now I grow with some garbage like spices? This didn't grow great. This didn't go great, but it's good enough. All right, I'll just take the well here to be safe. And I need to buy hearth soon anyway. Okay, so let's buy the well, get a pig, pay a food for a field. Food on the next 5. Oh, this is actually not great. Ugh. And Toulden is starting with butter. Why? I am perplexed by Toulden's play this game. I think Toulden's taking a lot of poor actions, but Merc probably has supervisor or real estate agent or both. Okay, so I can save my grain, but I don't really need to because I'm still playing Ox. My ordering is so bad this game and I can still win. So going into round 10, I somehow have the action advantage. I need to take food and wood, but my ox should take care of the rest, I think. Very strange game so far, I have to say. I do read there being enough wood in this game. I do want to build more rooms. Toolden only going to 5 rooms. I guess dropping all the wood here hurts. Z-Deck is not in this game. Okay, 8Q takes the 4 wood. Did he feed 8? He did, okay. Mercator accurately takes the 3 sheep so that I have less to eat with. I think I just run straight for my stuff here. If I just played like Traveling Salesman instead of Village Druid, everything would be so great. Toolden growing with Goose Pond. AQ gets Reedstone food. I think AQ's game is just a tiny bit too slow now, honestly. Alright, so... Okay, Mercator's taking clay. I start Hearth here, I think. See if I get 6 wood out of it. Yeah, I have plenty of incentives to play start player. So I can 3 read 3 wood as my perfect set of actions here, I think, and then get 3 boar next round. But we'll see how this all plays out. Yeah, AQ just plows, so I'll see what Mercator does here. Yeah, 3 wood. Okay, so it's this 3 wood. Because, like, if AQ has an extra action, then he can do this start player nonsense where he maximizes actions. But this 3 read is... I don't basket maker with this read. I build more rooms. That's what I do. Okay. So 6 wood, 3 pigs. Both reasonable because I don't... nobody else has a cookery. Admittedly, I'm getting quite greedy here, but... I think I get either 3 pigs or 2 cows at the very worst. Toolin builds the fences and a field and plays Kid's Corner. Okay, neat. Me and Toolin are still fighting on rooms. AQ takes Basket Maker's Workshop, which is fine with me. Merc starts with Sleeping Corner? I really prefer starting with Sleeping Corner in round 12. Whoa, I removed my peep instead of the boar. Let's try that again. 2 to 11. Whoops, and I have another peep. Toolden goes to Magician. Oh, he won't have the green fields in 12. Well, that definitely makes sense. So Room Stables seems pretty good for me. I do want to play one more Ock. Should I play Woodbuyer? Nah, there's enough wood in this game. I could play Spare Fence Posts. That probably helps Toolden and AQ. Well, AQ doesn't have food to trigger it, so it does help Toolden. AQ takes Reedstone Grain, yeah. Definitely a good play. Merc took another veg. I could Oxo. If I build, I can grow in front of Toolden. So, let's see. What am I doing besides building? Probably taking 5 clay. Hewer is just dead, isn't it? Could take 5 food fishing. That's not very efficient for me. Could play Hewer. But AQ is probably taking the 5 clay if I don't, and this clay can just be very useful for Huntsman reasons. I could build 3 rooms. Leftover clay for a fireplace and a hearth, or pottery. I don't know if I need that many boar. They get me fields also. AQ so baked. Sure. Mercator fished. Mercator is a very nice farm, but it's kind of ceiling capped. Okay, so at least 2 rooms. And 2 stables, I think, is probably fine. So that's 6 of my wood, 4 of my clay, and 2 of my reed. I will be playing spare posts. Let's build another. Oops, that is not a clay room. It might screw up Reno tempo, yes. But I just took a lot of clay out of the game, so AQ and Toolden might struggle to Reno at all. Especially because neither of them have a hearth. Hewer is ultra dead because I'm taking all the clay. But yeah, I think I can grow with fireplace here. What did I do? I didn't get the food. Yeah, and save the stone for renoing. Toolden does get Plowsow from this. So 3 stone. 2 sheep is reasonable. 3 stone, reed stone, 3 wood. Pretty good round. AQ plays start simp 11, okay. Yeah, AQ's problem is that he's not going to have a good farm here. I'm not seeing it. It's going to be like 25 plus 18. Something along those lines. Mercator takes the 3 stone, thinking that might win the game. Potentially, that's the thought. Reedstone's pretty necessary for me here. I could just play Hewer in the hopes that it pays off like once, because playing the Ox just gives me stuff. Yeah, and I really want to time it so that I can play T at some point. Oh, I have Cottonfield too. Wow. I really don't need that many fences. Yeah, Gray, how long did it take to make that mega collection? Like 3 hours, 4 hours? Gray's mega collection is cool. It's just that I can't see myself putting 1,000 cards into a collection manually. So what has happened here? AQ plowed. Mercator takes wood. Tooled and AQ are still risks to take clay, so I'm just gonna take 2 stone, I guess. Or I could Ock now and make sure it doesn't ever proc. Could play Woodbuyer instead of Hewer. My food isn't great, which is really too bad because it should be great. What is this? Food, sheep grain. Two stone does look good, yes. But I just don't see other people taking it. Toolden is getting a 1-point astronomer here. Alright, AQ grabs the clay. Toolden is limited to 7 rooms this game, so I don't think I'm losing House Steward. Now Toolden can take the 2 stone just to do other stuff. Uh-oh. Sorry, Kimball. Link got ya. What site was the link from so I can add it back to Nightbot's whitelist? Ellipsis? Oh, it wasn't even a link. That is weird, I will agree. Toolden is sowing a veg, huh? Alright, so Cottonfield and Spare Posts coming out, and then maybe T later in the game. Plow sow for AQ. Mercator gets this growth without room. That's really nice. Oh, Mercator has Sleeping Corner. Astronomer looks pretty dead for this round. Do I just start here? Or do I take 6 food? Still no one else can take this sheep reasonably. My actions are just so efficient besides taking wood that I don't really know what else I should be doing here. Because 3 wood and posts lets me fence 7. Yes. Can I get fences in the last round? Well, nobody's going to renovate besides... Well, Merc and AQ still need to renovate. Merc takes the pottery. Yeah, so I can't really play spare posts this round. I think I'm going to be a little greedy here. What's new? So I do need this food action. If no one renovates, I do need to take reedstone, stone, and renovate, I think. Yes, minus F by. Okay, so now I don't need the fence action or spare fence posts. Yeah, let's hope that AQ renos. Fencing 7 before taking the sheep is an absolute steal if I can manage it. Mercator's growing. So it's now T that I want. Depending on if anyone takes clay, I could just hewer for one of the stone. Too bad Head of the Revolution doesn't come out. I guess that means AQ has it. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that, though. Wait, no, Mercator doesn't have enough stone, so... Oh, AQ has double reno? Yeah, fair enough. So 3 sheep, 2 pigs is fantastic. Toolden could have taken them at any time, so I guess he doesn't. Giving Toolden Plowsow is unfortunate. Profit was not in the draft, yeah. And if I don't... Well, if I... Let's see if AQ forces me to Reno even on this last part here. Yeah, it's very bizarre. I mean, I think AQ could have ordered the Ox differently and had a better game. Like, just playing Fencing Master into Storehouse Keeper when you get the double growth, and then after that... you have enough grain, plow a couple fields, get more wood. Then you play Convict for like 8 or 10 points in round 10 or 11, and the game is a lot easier. Toolden deciding on the last action. Play-by-play is suggesting that 2 clay is a possibility for him. But instead, he gives me House Steward, almost guaranteed here. It'd be incredible if I didn't. I don't have better action than 2 pigs, I don't think, given that I need to feed some, so... Yes, I did gain a lot from that. So, feed 1... Well... Better to eat the boar pears. Toolden gets that plow down, and I'm giving him Plowsow here. But on a wood house, I think that's fine. Well, I just need to make sure that I get my Reno in. I mean, I'm Renoing with Cotton Field, right? How bad could it be? Not a fan of eating 2-0. I think I was going to have to eat a lot of stuff either way, anyway, this came, so... I mean, I probably, just to be cleaner, should have kept my animals down to 2 and 3 and then bred up twice, but it's fine. Okay, and very sadly AQ is Reno fencing here. Oh, but ate the reed. Okay, well. Having these hearths has been pretty good, to say the least. So I could go for a lot of options here, actually. Eat 4 sheep, take 2 cows. This is where the eating the animals turns out to be wrong. AQ needed to feed 9 last harvest. Yeah, and did. Yeah, the steal all the cookeries, but in the right way. Could also just eat 2 sheep and a cow and feel better about my feeding, even though it's wrong. Sowing is 2 points. AQ would love to sow. And this gives him more reason to delay Reno needed. This is just a good action anyway. Yeah, and I still want an action to take veg, so... Right, that's ideal. And then because of T, I get something else back, but that's not happening. I kind of think AQ is going to take Reedstone food here in almost every world. Yeah, and I'm not really sure why I'm punching AQ at all. So do we think Mercator has Milking Hand? Mercator can also take Reedstone to pressure. Yeah, it is just a 2 points and get the action back for a food. Toolden already out of points. Yeah. And is an auto pick with Cattle Dealer, yep. Yeah, with Cattle Dealer in hand, I take Milking Hand over Master Huntsman, probably. No, I agree, Gray. It's a very small mistake on the edge. Toolden takes the 2 cows and doesn't lasso. Or does lasso? Did he not grow last round? Three butter churns and 5 food. Yeah, he didn't grow, so his last action's gonna grow. Ooh, AQ playing Stone Kitchen. So unless Mercator reads Stone Foods, we can keep doing the other actions, which would be veg. Yeah, we'll remind him. This is probably Milking Hand here. Play-by-play says occupation. Okay, so he could have Milking Hand, but does have Cloister Dweller. That's a nice thing to have. Potentially game winning. This is a veg, certainly. And we might be able to so-bake again. Yeah, Zoo Director, definitely an option as well. I mean, nothing saying he can't have both Cloister and Zoo or Milking Hand. You think I'm beating Merc handily? I mean, I'm going to have a full farm. I'm only losing cow points. Yeah. I forgot I had Artist Garden played. Maybe I should have sowed earlier. I can still take a pig for that point. Though I would assume Toolden takes it. Yeah, that's also true, Sid. AQ takes the read. Alright, and Mercator is just fishing, so doesn't have a second big point card, just going to grow there. We're still free rolling one last action here before the so big. Can't build stables because I'm not going to have space for it. It's just food, I guess. Toolden playing Unwanted Goods to discard nothing. Yeah, that's he doesn't have a card to discard. Yeah, I'm planning on playing T on Reno. I'm playing both Sid. Oh yeah, grain might have been better. Yeah. Yeah. Well, am I baking that grain anyway? It's not completely clear. I'm eating 2 sheep for sure, so I'm at 4 food after tea. Yeah, okay. Then I can eat 2 more boar. So it's a point of grain versus 3 food somewhere else. So yeah, I guess grain is more precise, though it ends up not mattering, as many of these endgame food versus points decisions turn out to be. Alright, so we'll run out here. See if autopay picks up that food. No, it doesn't. It doesn't pick up G4, G5 stuff. What am I thinking? So that comes home. And a little cotton field. And so again. Yeah, the board did block points. Yeah, this is a big house. We get house steward. Yeah, AQ has 28 base. Just didn't have enough actions because of convict. And when you have to feed that extra action, it's really painful. Oh, I'm at 52. Okay. Let's see. Eat 2H, 2O. Yep. Wait, -1 net of both. Seven stone rooms, pretty good. Oops, that's not the right button. $29 plus 19. Okay, so AQ wasn't far off, but I think it could have been a 60-ish game if for AQ if he plays Convict later. Yep, I think we're in alignment on thoughts there, Sid. So 42 for Toolden, 55 here, 48, and 50. Yeah, and it's really that extra food income security. So like buying a hearth, though I guess Stone Kitchen was in hand. So like getting the stone to play Stone Kitchen. Yeah, it was a bit of a stretch for AQ in a lot of ways. So. Yep, and we score worse. All that start playing by Toolden is really inefficient. I mean, the Ox are good here. It's generally a good hand for Perp, I would say. Hit House Steward early. Toolden did a lot of good things, but also did a lot of not good things. Like, I don't think Attic was good. I don't think Lasso was good. I don't think Butter Churn was good. All of those with start player are kind of like wasted actions. He sunk 5 food into the churn and Attic. The churn ended up being plenty of food, so maybe that was fine. But I think it was just a lot of inefficiency on Toolden's part. Save that wood for some stables instead. You can hold boar easily. Yeah. Educator, huh? We gotta look at this draft. I just want to see Toolden's first pack, basically. I reported the scores, right? I did. I just want to see Toolden and AQ's opening hands. 35956. Lady in Waiting, Perp, Master Huntsman, Cattle Dealer, House Steward. Okay, that's not as good as I thought it was. Burger Flipper 1.6, huh? 1.6. Field Doctor 3.1. Fencing Master 3. I have trouble believing these numbers. They have fluctuated quite a bit since I memorized the power lists. This last year has been interesting in terms of effects on power. So that's not the pack I thought was there. Edu, overhead of the Rev. Master Stableman was somewhere on the table. Lady in Waiting. Oh, just not playing Lady in Waiting could be an issue. When you have Lady in Waiting, you take Field Doctor, right? Interesting decisions. Interesting decisions. Merc took Alms Basket second. Yeah, Field Doctor definitely has been hit by point ceiling inflation. Yeah, and then Sleeping Corner comes around. So if you have Lady in Waiting, Field Doctor, Sleeping Corner, that's a strong game. Master Huntsman with Edu in hand, yeah, I think that's a good play. So yeah, I guess I would have drafted differently, but I'm not the best drafter in the world. I'm good, but I'm not the best. So thanks all for watching. Hope it was an enjoyable game. Interesting to see certain effects and trying to hurt people in certain ways. Gray, I missed your line. His line had the highest meme value. Yes. And in games that don't matter, which is like all of these, high meme value is valuable. All right. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you for the next game either tomorrow or later on. Take care, everyone.